Hi, everyone. Welcome back to The Price Point, where we explore the finer points of retail, pricing, and technology. In today's episode, we're tackling a foundational topic associated with pricing, match rates. Now, navigating with incomplete data is like driving through a city with half the road signs missing. Now, you might eventually get to where you're going, but not without detours and missed opportunities along the way. Low match rates create similar gaps and uncertainties for your competitive pricing strategy. So imagine price matching a competitor, but missing key SKUs due to incomplete matches. The opportunity for mispricing your items is high. Price too high, and you might place yourself in an uncompetitive positioning, which would lead to lost sales and lost customers. Price too low, and you run the potential of losing out on margin dollars. High match rates provide a complete view, empowering you to make better pricing decisions. Now, let's really start at the beginning and start talking and identifying what match rates truly are. Match rates measure how well your product catalog aligns with competitive offerings. And there's two ways we define them. In one way, it's SKU match rates. SKU match rates measures the percentage of items in your portfolio that have a corresponding match in a competitor's catalog. High SKU match rates ensure a comprehensive view into competitive data sets. Sales match rate is really about the proportion of your sales covered by matched items. So it goes beyond just a simple match, but it really talks about that financial significance of those items. These metrics are the foundations for effective pricing strategies and competitive analysis. Now, how do we improve it? Well, everything really starts with data. So let's talk about how we go about capturing data. You can capture data in a number of ways, but the two primary ways are physical collections and web scrapes. Now, with physical collections, these involve manual audits where teams physically visit stores to collect data. Now, why they provide a highly localized snapshot, they're often costly, time-consuming, and prone to human error. They also miss out on real-time changes. Web scrapes, on the other hand, allow for faster, scalable, and more budget-friendly data capture. What might take auditors a week can be done in hours with web scraping, and they provide richer and dynamic insights. A lot more attributes can get collected, and oftentimes, or vast majority of times, the pricing and assortment that we actually see online is equivalent to what we see in brick and mortar. So capturing the data is really the first step in this process. To truly make it actionable, we've got to be able to move into a refinement stage. Said another way, how do we take the captured data, the complete comprehensive data that we've collected, and accurately measure to the items at scale? And there's four ways to actually do this. The first method is your code-based matches. These are the backbone of match rates, where your primary product codes like UPCs and EANs align directly with your competitor codes. So, for example, matching the UPC of a specific 12-pack soda ensures that you're identifying identical products. Again, this is your foundation. This is your backbone of your match rates. However, you now start getting into a little bit more complex situations with the remaining three. The second-based method is your non-code-based matches. This applies when product codes don't align, such as you're using your product codes as a UPC or your primary code as a UPC, whereas your competitor may be using a product ID. As an example of that, let's take a look at Orr & Swift wine that you're reviewing on the competitor website. They may have different codes than you. However, as you examine them, the packaging, the product descriptions, the details, you instinctively know that they're the same product. Non-code-based matches work on the same principle, but just at a much higher scale. This is where AI steps in to do what humans can't do alone. And AI's got a couple of different methods in terms of how to do that. One method is natural language processing, NLPs, which analyzes product descriptions to find patterns and similarities. You can also tie that with large language models, LLMs, which leverage massive amounts of data to identify and suggest matches. These are your text-based matches that you can take a look at scale. Sometimes you need to introduce images into this. So image recognition really compares visual elements like product photos to validate the matches are true when the text alone isn't enough. We'll dive into each one of these during another discussion of the price point as we delve into AI. But for today, just know that AI can perform the same evaluations we naturally can do when comparing products. but it's doing so at a scale and speed that humans could never achieve. Said another way, AI is mimicking human logic with machine efficiency. So with that, let's go back to our methods. Let's look at the third option, similar product matches. These type of products are matches, but they're not exact equivalents, but share key attributes. Think about private label matches or similar items in apparel. So here's an example of one. So we've got Kroger's sweet cream butter comparing Walmart's Great Values equivalent. Now, we can match these items with a high degree of confidence. By analyzing attributes like category, type, and size, AI bridges the gap even when the brands differ. This ensures that no insights are lost, even across private label items. The beauty of this technology is vertically agnostic, so we can use this across any industry. So with that, let's take a look at what happens in apparel. Let's compare two sandals. On the left, you've got your sandals. On the right, you've got your competitors' products. Okay, let's leverage AI as part of this. On one hand, we'll look at image recognition. AI is going to compare your visual elements like shape and material and design and assign a similarity score based on how closely the images align. Next, your text-based matching techniques come into play. So AI is going to process descriptions and attributes like cork footbed, adjustable buckle, size 6 to 11 to identify patterns and commonalities across the product listings. Now, combining these two approaches together, AI can confidently determine that these products are equivalent, even though the branding, the wording, and some design details differ. The ability to leverage AI at scale ensures that no relevant match is missed, helping you maintain accurate and actionable insights. This is going to give you a high degree of confidence in essentially aligning the products to the competition. This will help you with pricing needs, assortment needs, and competitive position in the overall. Now, again, this is just one of the ways that AI is really transforming the industry, is the ability to be able to help with the product matches and be able to improve your match rates in the overall. So let's shift gears and take a look at this last way of refinement, similar size matches. A common scenario that applies is when you're trying to compare your item to a competitor who may be a club store or may be selling their products in bundles. We've got to be able to create the matches despite product sizes being different. Now, there's a couple of different ways of being able to do this. AI is definitely going to be introduced as part of this, but we've also got to be able to define some controls. And what does that mean? Well, you may be fine with taking your 100 count vitamin and comparing to a club store's 1,000 count vitamin. However, another customer maybe say, you know what, I want that 100 count vitamin, but that 1,000 count vitamin, the economies of scale don't work with that. I want the max amount, I want that 100 count to compare to a 500 count. So being able to have this insight and be able to have these controls allow AI to operate confidently at scale. This approach ensures that you maintain visibility into comparable products, even though sizes are going to be different significantly. So let's look at an example of this. We've got two products, Sensodyne toothpaste. One's a single pack, 3.4 ounce. Another one's a multi-pack, two of the 3.4 ounces as well. They both share key attributes: category, brand, and title. However, the difference in size and packaging requires an additional step for accurate comparisons. AI helped with the matches, but it's also going to flag the items that says, hey, these are comparable, but they also need equivalization, which means we've got to take the price of that 2-pack and normalize it back down to that single pack, which is yours. That equivalization is critical to ensure that you're comparing on an apples to apples comparison. Without it, your price ranges are going to be completely off, and you can be missing important insights into their pricing and promotional strategies of their multi-pack items. So now we know that it starts with collection. You have to do some refinement with cleaning up the data a bit. How do we now leverage the match rates and overall? Right. So there's a couple of different ways to do this. One is price management. Just like we talked about a little bit earlier, having the highest amount of match rates allow you to the complete visibility so that you don't run into an underpriced or overpriced situation with competition. In price reporting, reliable match rates transforms reports into actionable insights. So for example, let's say you have a category where match rates drop significantly. Due diligence as you're digging in to figure out what's going on. Did competition get out of a certain brand, or do they get a group of products that are no longer there? This allows you to quickly maneuver to create an appropriate response, sometimes leading to margin opportunities. Lastly, you've got competitive intelligence. Healthy match rates really help you provide more insights from a strategic point of view into your competitors. Are they price leaders? Are they price followers? What's their cadence of price moves? Insights like this really give you a broader understanding of who you're competing with and how you can position yourself better to win at the end of the day. So to wrap up, match rates are your competitive edge, and improving them involves a range of techniques that build upon one another. Whether it's starting with foundational code-based matches, bridging gaps with non-code-based matches, aligning private label through similar product matches, or tackling size disparities with size differentials, each method enhances your ability to see the full competitive landscape. Together, these approaches provide the clarity and confidence needed to make strategic decisions and outpace the competition. With the right tools and strategy, high match rates aren't just achievable, they're transformative. So here's my question for you. Are you confident in your match rates? If not, maybe it's time to take a closer look and think about how improving them could transform your pricing strategy. And with that, it's match rates made simple. Thanks for tuning into The Price Point. I'll see you next time as we continue on our discussions.